What's going on? How we doing? Everybody's having a good morning. Welcome to the first futures live stream. Weird. I see that my Discord is not going to be capped. Yeah, I can get that. Studio. So it looks like I could, but do I want to? Because it might be a bit much. Especially because they're going to mainly just be talking about stocks. Let's do some music instead for now. Which I still think I'm going to have to bring my... So, let's see. I guess I'll have to see if you guys can hear. Sorry about the dog. My wife is away on vacation, so he's used to being with her during the day. He's with me, and he's like, "Yo, where's mom?" So that's kind of where we're at with that. Let's see if this is. Yeah, see, you guys can. You guys can't hear this. Oh, oh, maybe. Oh. 7 minutes here. Pretty key levels broken pretty much. So what I like to do is I like to zoom out. Usually I'll do the 5 minute, but I'll just go back and I'll start marking all the key levels, looking for the possible areas where if it starts to break out, where we could possibly stop, try to reverse. But this crazy little move here, I don't know what that was all about. He is not happy that she's not here. I might have to move him. He's really old. He's a 16-year-old pug. He doesn't move much anymore. He can get around, but not. He's been struggling his back legs. I do still have stocks up as well, as you can see here. So I'm not planning on trading TPSC. It was going off on the scanner. I was kind of checking it out. But if I do end up in a trade over there, I'll probably pull it up, but focus has been on futures as of late. Got the one funded account here. We lost that other eval yesterday, but just trying to take it easy and try to make that 300 a day on each. And yeah, we're close enough now on the eval where I feel comfortable attempting to just trade MNQ. The only time I think I'm gonna trade the NQ moving forward is like the beginning of an eval, just to kind of get it moving in the right direction. It only takes, like, I'm trading the same type of trades. It's just if one does start to go against me and I try to scale in like I like to do, they can get out of hand pretty quickly. And as you guys saw yesterday, if you took a look at the video. Not a huge fan of this move to open up the day, because how I've been trading tops and bottoms a lot, and this is not really, I've got quite a ways to get back to the bottom there. This area, which was a key area yesterday, could kind of change these to a different color, so I know that they were like a brighter, to show what the key areas from just yesterday. This one must have been cute. And that, I mean, we had that big move down at the end of the day. This was this morning, actually. Oh, wow. That wasn't even the move yesterday. Where's the move today? Wow, look at that. Okay, so we had the big move. It had a decent little recovery. Went sideways. Okay, so that was just after hours. I probably shouldn't have marked those. Yesterday, we were up here. Morning, Jack. Yeah, I will. He's back. I don't even remember exactly what. See the other. Not that it matters, because if I draw another one, it will be. Hell if that made it. But we'll see what happens. I've been doing like an opening range trade, which I'm probably not gonna do today. It hasn't been working. I'm gonna watch it obviously and see if it's something I can look into moving forward, but until I start seeing some actual volatility at the open, like where we get them big moves one way or the other, probably just gonna leave it alone for now. just noticed that the subscribe button that pops up, bottom right, covers up the little wheel that I have going on for talking about the risk and stuff. At 30 seconds. Get it. Good luck, everybody. I'm on cue. Good to go. Obviously, I'm going to see what we do as far as breaking this upper area if we make a move that way, and then where we try to find a base. I mean, it looks like this could be a pretty key area here. So we'll see. Dang. Straight up, straight down. Back up though, so that's usually a sign that we're going to head higher. See, now this is actually a pretty decent candle. Look at this. Dude, that we haven't been getting that this whole like past week, maybe even 2 weeks. I mean, usually the candle's bigger than that, but that's a good sign. Maybe these last 2 days in stocks have really started bringing some people back into it. Kind of hoping we would go right back up there. Come back down and retest this area. The first couple minutes, if I'm not trading like the open, I'm gonna let it kind of figure out what it wants to do. Because I'm not looking to capitalize off of that with the scalps. I'm more so trying to give it a second to figure out what it wants to do. Wouldn't be opposed to maybe trying to get a long here. Try to come down. Oh, wow, look at that. I just missed it. I don't know if that wick was real, but shot right back up. That was a little frustrating. That was the move I was looking for there. I'd want to see it try to get back up towards the highs here. I don't want to pre-jump anything, especially at the bell. Definitely jumping it. The bell here. I have to start paying more attention to these. It's twice now. I actually kind of like that. I just don't like being in the middle here like this. Feels like it wants to come lower. Look for the little extension. There's one thing I learned yesterday is I'm not gonna force any trades, so that's what cost me the whole eval yesterday. Get a little more out of that. All right, first trade is going to be a fun one. Account? Oh wow, I'm actually on my funded account. I did not check that. I mean, it doesn't really matter. I'm going to be trading on this. I was like, why did it not show up over there? Of course, it looks like it bounced right off our order there. But we're looking for this to go back up to at least the median there, so. Yeah. assuming. Oh, of course, right? Right after I was about to click it, shot up there. All right, and get the push at least back up to there. There we go. Pretty good, decent first trade. I'm only looking to make like 30-40 bucks on a single entry. More like 20-30 bucks, but there's 116 on one. And luckily, we happen to be on the funded account. I guess I changed it over here, but I did not change it up here. It doesn't really matter, like I said, because I'm going to be trading on the exact same, but maybe we'll just stick with the funded and try to get that 300 out of the way first. Yeah. I was thinking about maybe trying to hold. Oops. I was thinking about maybe trying to hold that one contract to see if we can make this exact move, but it's all good. Refresh so we can see the. I'm actually interested here. Let's miss this. Yeah, there's another 30-ish, assuming. I don't know for sure. Yeah, 3150. I just look at the chart and I just kind of base where I think it's going to have a quick pullback to. Running into those same areas from earlier. This is a pretty big move off the bottom here. Especially the SPY is like going straight up. Could have possibly, I didn't want to run right into what I did yesterday, where I started it again at the exact same spot where I should be looking closer up to here. So I'm not going to be upset that we're missing this move here. Now we're back in the middle of the range. I'm not really interested while we're sitting around here. Just gonna wait and be patient.
teaches, and here's my, I don't know. Does he take trades? Unless you join his Discord.
Go.
Hey, volatility trading. Hey, good luck, good luck. Dominic. Wow, look at this. I guess we'll consider ourselves lucky that we took a scalp on that.
I don't like how we didn't get filled there. It looked like it went through our order, but we didn't get filled. Unless it was like right on there. Would have worked. Frustrating. But since we missed, I'm obviously going to look for lower now. That's frustrating because I would have been perfect. I was going to put my take profit literally right there. Dang. Nice recovery there. I would have been out all my shares, all my contracts, so I wouldn't have been still holding one here, but to move back up. Frustrating we didn't get the fill though. Could have been one more trade and under our belt. Maybe I'll put my rhythmic accounts over here. Then I don't know how they would stay on top. I wonder if I can make this stay on top. Guess I could leave it up on another screen. Then I just have to move it. I'll mess with that as we're waiting. Oh, we're coming back down, so let's watch this. Everything's kind of pointing to this wants to move lower, so we're going to be careful. That first drop I don't mind trying, but now it looks like we're just making lower highs here. So we're going to be a little careful. Bounced it off it again. We can get back above this though. Could be a little bit of a break and we'll start trying to head higher. But until I see a previous point where it keeps trying to stop break, the odds are we're just going to continue in that direction. I am watching it towards the highs there.
I was able to.
The only thing I don't necessarily like, oh no, because we still have it from yesterday. We're still below all that. See, I don't like playing like breakouts until I see what it's of the high. But as you can see, we still have plenty of lines. Now, technically, we are still making lower highs, just in a different fashion, right? So we went from these, like a trend line kind of here, like a quicker trend line, so that broke, but we still have a bigger trend line to look at now. Draw a line from this one here, it extends right top of that candle.
Videos anymore. Let's just say that.
Still just hanging out in this range here, so until that changes, letting it be. how that's gonna look on screen, but yeah, it's kind of hard to see. Oh, make that bigger on the bottom of this. Better than attention. See how we're making a smaller candle here and it's above that key level now? It means buyers are stepping in. I feel like that's going to make this one to go higher. So that's why I'm not jumping in here looking for the pushback down. Anytime you get to these key areas, especially when you're sort of still in the middle of the range, the odds are you can read the price action and see what it wants to do. Now what it does through this level is pretty telling. Like right now it's rejecting. What? Bought right back up. Good sign it's going to try higher, but now it's really struggling to go higher. Trying. Try for the here. Kind of a smaller one, but it feels like it's not ready to go just yet. See, it's still getting bought up here, so I was gonna say it might try. Kind of hoping for a little bit of a pullback to that previous area before it does. Hit it. Okay, got it. It'll probably try to bounce here and then try to go higher because that's what it feels like the price action's telling me. Go. See if it actually tries. This is not something I would trade because I'm never looking to be on the wrong side of the middle of a range. It's like if I long there like, oh yeah, this thing feels like it wants to go higher, it can do exactly this and put you to shame. And then once you get down to the middle here, to me, it's very 50-50. Like, are we going to try to turn back over or are we going to bounce back up and try to go higher? To me, if it was an actual strong move, now this actually gives me more conviction if it comes back up to these levels to try it again. Because if it would have held higher up here, I feel we would have had a better chance to come up and break this level from earlier. So now, I was ready to try that again, but I wanted it to get kind of closer. But now that kind of shows signs of weakness that I couldn't even get back up to the highs there. It's a pretty bad looking wick. Let's see what it does. We're right in the middle again, so I'm not going to look to mess around with it until it gets to where we want it. Patience. I know scalping, it's like, well, you can just get in and out, in and out, in and out, but it still requires patience. Let's see. Let's try moving this. Expand this way. Looks much better. Yeah, my end goal is to turn these into five funded accounts and then try to make 200 per account. Whoa, what is the SPY doing? Was there some news just now? I think he's about to because there's some whipping going on. Oh, there he is.
63. The consensus was 67.2 on Michigan consumer sentiment. 63. S&P futures are moving lower now, 43.98.
So I do not trade news. I try not to trade it ever. I don't want to be guessing where. So I used to say this with news and stocks. So if news comes out on a ticker, you have no idea where that price is going. It's in price discovery mode at that point. Something about consensus or something. Move lower, but now it's going right back to where it was. Who knows? All I know is I'm not touching it while it's doing that.
SNY, Sanofi announcing late-breaking amlitelimab phase 3 2B data presented at EADV show. Potential best-in-class profile in atomic.
So now we come back to the same area. I might be interested in a long, but that initial news, I need to start paying more attention to like 10 o'clock, 10:30 and stuff like that, because that's usually when the news comes out. So thankfully we weren't in a trade. I was ready to try to add on the bottom of the wick there, but started to pull back here. Kind of where it was fighting to get lower, so I'm assuming it'll go up there and try to retest it. There we go. And as you can see, it's starting to struggle right around there again. That was a nice trade. I like that one. And could we got a better entry? Yeah, but just my read on it was that we'd probably try to stop a little short of there. Especially bounce right off of there. There's a key area, obviously, from before. That one was... And should have been 13. All of them. I think we got a bad fill on one of the contracts when we got filled. Yeah, so it's 31. So now that we're coming back down to this area, I would suspect it's gonna try to hold, but we'll see. Like I said, the first times on anything, I don't mind. Obviously not this one, it was news. But the first time it tries anything, I feel more confident. But when you start to retest those same areas, that's when it gets sketchy, right? Like when you start retesting the same area a bunch of times, the odds are it's trying to say, hey, I want to go that way. Get out of my way, kind of thing. we're kind of going sideways. Which if you go sideways long enough in a certain area, it becomes the middle of the range again. So I'm gonna kind of let it do its thing here. So we moved down through the lows. I actually wasn't watching when it did. Let's see, the next line I have isn't until down here, so be cautious here. Got all day to find our trades, right? And we don't need that many scalps. Now, if I had 5 accounts, it'd be a different story. Especially because I want to aim to be done by launch. The volatility starts to die off. Sassy. I actually like that I went live today because I feel like I've been forcing trades a bit, and I feel like being live and explaining kind of my thought process, it's making me be more disciplined. So this is good. I like it. Lots of eggplants for you. Really want to see it push down. if we're gonna try something. Not a huge fan of where it's at. Hanging out in this range. Just fine. I mean, it just sucks because to me this is kind of slower. I mean, look at what we've done since the open. I mean, pretty much just sideways, which is, again, it's fine. But if it's just not giving you the opportunities, it's not giving you the opportunities. Love this playlist. Good one. You're back. Trying to go lower. Tried to get me while I was gone, huh? So see what I mean? Like, so I have my bands up. I mean, this middle line, it's just kind of hugging it. So to me, we're just in the middle of a range. Even though it looks like we're kind of moving down, like to me, it's just kind of hugging the middle of a range. So until we can get away from that, I'm not really interested. At this point, it would just be me forcing trades. It's not getting anything convincing. Crazy, because looking at the SPY, pretty big move down. The markets themselves haven't really like went down like the SPY has. SPY's trying to get down there towards green to red. We do appear to have found some support here. Just do not like how close we are to a range here.
Man, this is very kind of weird price action here. We bounced right off this VWAP. Very interesting. I usually don't really pay attention to VWAP, but I put it on my chart to find it interesting.
Crap, I missed this. Oh. Right to that line. Damn, looked away just for a second. I was looking at something stock related. Not sure I would have had an order sitting there, but would have been nice to at least look at it. We would have got filled there, or I would have got filled there. Kind of screwed myself out of a ticks there, but same trade. I didn't want to miss the trade, so still got it. I canceled my order to move it down a little bit, and right as I did that, it shot down that little bit, just that little bit. So if I did move my order, I wouldn't have got filled. So I ended up just marketing in because I didn't want to miss that pop right back to where it was. I feel like that was an obvious one. So this is where I'm not going to jump back in the same spot because this is the exact trade I got burned on yesterday, where we got the first move, the nice pullback, and then I jumped back in at the exact same spot where I should have been looking further down here, right? I can actually even draw this line. I should have been looking for down here for a first entry, but I did it up here. Now keep in mind, I was also doing this on the NQ, so it might be a little bit easier to deal with on something like the MNQ, but still doesn't take away from the fact that it was a bad trade. I'm just going to put an order here and just see what happens. If it wants to bounce there and reclaim, that's fine. That was the idea I had yesterday, but it's not a good trade because you already got that first pullback. So now if you get back in, you're essentially saying you think it's going to move higher, which it's trying to do right now, but you have to be right, because if you're not right and this thing just kind of goes sideways for a second and then starts going down against you, now you're stuck in a trade where it looks like it's trying to extend and it is extending. So now you're caught essentially. But if you're right, it works out. But the risk reward there, I feel, is not worth it. Take that off for now. I mean, I still am interested down there. I just don't want to leave an open order out. I did want to check when I open this eval account. Let's see. Because I wanted to see if I pass it today, if I could even... open it. Because it just has to be 7 days. Where I thought it was 7 trading days. Which, oh no, oh, I think it is. Or is it just 7 days? You know what, let me just look that up. Still watching. Got my eye on it. Valuation accounts. Are the rules? Trade a min of 7 days. They do not need to be consecutive. So you have to trade 7 days. It doesn't matter. Okay, so it has to be 7 trading days. That answers my question. This one is 8, I believe. October 4th. I don't think I trade that day. 1, 2, 6, 7. So today is the 7th day. But I'm not going to force anything, so if I have to wait until
I don't know what to think about
next week. That big of a deal. I'm in no rush with this. How does the Apex evaluation work? Thought there was a monthly fee and you pay that even when you pass. Also mentioned. Okay. So hold on. I have my Discord on. What's up, Jason, by the way? Thanks for joining us. So the Apex evaluation, you pay for the evaluation up front, and the amount that you pay is going to depend on the type of account that you get, as well as what % off sale that they have going on. So right now let me just try purchasing one real quick. See what it actually costs. I don't know what it costs at 71%. I haven't checked. Let's see. And the other thing too is you're going to have to decide if you want to use Tradeovate or Rhythmic. And I use Rhythmic because it's kind of what the general consensus is as far as what's better. Decent move, but again, we're starting to be close to that range again. So I was waiting for an extension. Let's see, 50K Rhythmic. Yeah, so if you don't use a code at all, it's $167. Now that is monthly only if you trade in the eval for over a month. And the odds are the evals, you shouldn't be holding onto those for longer than a month. You want to pass them in 7 days because that's the minimum that you have to trade to get to the funded account. But if you can trade them anywhere between like 7 and 10 trading days, I mean, that would be perfect because then you can move on to the funded account and actually try to start making some real money. Put the in. I do recommend reading through all this stuff. There is some pretty good information in it. So the first time that you sign up for an account, definitely read through all that. So it's $48.43 is what you would pay with the 71% off, which isn't horrible. It's not great. I know with the 80% off, it's closer to, I think it's like $38 or something. And then when you get the 90% off, it's like $17 or $18. But the next 90% off, if I had to guess, is probably going to be like Black Friday. So as far as that goes, yeah, the monthly fee for an eval is only if you make it to the second month with the eval. But the odds are, if you're trying to get to a funded account, you're not going to have to pay a monthly fee for the evaluation. So you're going to want to either pass it or blow the account. I mean, it's really your two best options within that first month of the eval. If someone's paying monthly to try to pass an eval, I feel personally that you just need to suck it up and kind of risk the account, because holding on to an eval for longer than a month just doesn't make sense financially, because the whole reason you're getting the eval is to get to the funded account. I mean, an eval account is essentially just a demo account. So if you pay monthly for the eval account, you're essentially just paying to be on a demo account. However, if you do pass, there's two options. There's actually, let me make sure, because I'm pretty sure they're different for each size account. Pull that up real quick. Crap, I don't see. It's not on this page. Thought it would have been on. Oh, here it is. Okay. All right, so it is the same for each, it looks like. So for each account, if you pass, you can have a per month or a lifetime fee. Now, from what I've seen from everyone who trades these accounts, a lot of people just do the per month because they're trying to push the limit as far as getting to payouts as quickly as possible and basically recycling accounts. So if they blow an account, they don't really care, because as long as they get 1, 2, 3, 4 accounts to pay out, those accounts are paying for the other ones. And if you just keep recycling as quickly as possible, you actually can do that, like actually get the payout, it can be worth it. And so they're just paying the monthly, knowing that they're probably going to blow up the account, like trade the NQ, going, being really risky about it, etc. But there is the lifetime fee, well, the per month is $85, by the way. That's what I meant to say. And the lifetime fee is $135. So you can pay $135 to get funded, and then that's it. So like if you're planning on trading smaller size, like there's that other guy, Nutty, I think is the guy's name. He's got a bunch of funded accounts, and I'm assuming he has lifetime on them because he's only trading for like $10 a trade, I think. So he's not really looking to make that much, which if he was paying per month wouldn't make any sense, because at the end of the month, he's barely making enough just to cover that $85 per month. Where with me, I'm trying to make $300 a day on each account. So obviously doing the $85 a month isn't that big of a deal. And if I blow the account, I essentially save that $135. What is that? That's $50. So I would essentially save that $50 if I do blow a funded account every time I do. So when I first signed up, my very first account, I passed it and I funded it and I got to pay out. I was at like 53,200 or something. You only have to be at 52,600. And I wasn't at the payout time yet, but I was going to take the payout if I got to it. But I was on the lifetime fee, because in my head, I was like, what I'm doing, I plan on keeping the account. I plan on growing a cushion and not blowing up the account, et cetera, et cetera. And there was one bad day and I blew the account. So that kind of sucked, but hopefully that answers your questions. If you have any more questions based off of that, feel free to let me know. This rain is it's pretty slow today. I don't know if it's because it's Friday or what's going on, but I feel like we're not really getting the movement that I like. This APLS on stocks is going a little crazy. So it's lower volume. Got a mill. How many mini contracts can you trade on a 50K? 50, I think. Double check that. It actually says 100. Maybe I just told myself I would never go. I don't think I would even get past like 15 or 20, to be honest. I think that would be too much. So you can do 10 regular ones on like NQ, and it says you can do 100 on the micros. Don't think I would ever do that, but it's available. So obviously, I mean, if you're trading the thing, oh, hold on, actually, further than that, not a bad move there, but I would have wanted a little bit more. Fortunately, that was the first move. Honestly, the way that got bought up, I'm expecting it to maybe, if it does drop back down, to get bought up here again. I don't think we'll get back down lower. If we do, I think we're going to extend. Like if it wants to try to reverse there, like if that was a liquidity grab, I think we're going to get bought up here again, which would show signs of strength, and then we'll get back above. But if we can get back down and under this, then I think we're going to extend. I'm actually going to put an order out here. Would you look at that? It's bouncing right there. But I'm not willing to take that risk, because if you get in there and then it does extend, you basically trapped yourself. I'm going to have to move my dog, aren't I? I was not expecting it to go right to that same area and then bounce. I'm not going to lie. This goes to show you, not everyone has, no one's perfect. Let's see if it actually tries to bounce though. Yes, there's definitely a loss limit. So the trailing limit on a 50K account is $2,500. And that's kind of what I was getting ready to say, is if you're trading a 50K account, one contract on the NQ can add up pretty quick. Like when I blew that eval yesterday, I only had 3 contracts on the NQ. So that would be equivalent to 30 contracts on the MNQ. right? So for every contract of the NQ, think of the MNQ as 10 because it's basically times 10. That's how they do their math as well. Like 10 contracts, 100 micros. It's just 10 times. So if I come down to MNQ, I can risk half of an NQ if I wanted to and only use 5 contracts. I like to start with 3 because I feel like if I can make 10 good scalps that just work, that's my $300 on the day. Which I see there's no reason I can't do that. Now, if I had 5 accounts like I'm saying I want to get to, that would be 50. But the odds are every once in a while you're going to get one where you scale in and you make more than that, you know, etc. I was not expecting that. But it just goes to show you I'm not interested if it wants to do that kind of price action. It's like some Friday crap going on here. I really thought we'd get the push down because I have the SPY up as well. And I have the red to green line on the chart, which I'm going to see if I can actually add that on here somehow, just so I have it up. But that we were getting pretty close to that, so I thought we might go down and try it. I think you can actually set a daily loss yourself. So like if you want to put a limit on the account, so like the trailing threshold is $2,500, but you can set it to whatever you want. So like if you want to set it to, if you want to set it to like 1,000 so that way you don't lose the account in just one trade at any point in time, you can do that. You can set max loss limit on the account itself. Or it'll just stop you out automatically if you get to that $2,500 drawdown. So the other thing too is say you get an eval like mine to 52,638. You need to get the 53,000 to pass it. If I were to lose $2,500, which would technically still keep me above that 50,000, I would get stopped out. So like if I come down here, I'll show you the auto liquidate right now is at $50,148.59. So it's above that 50,000 starting level because it's a trailing threshold. So that $2,500 follows you. So at any given moment in the day, like say you have a $600 winner, now your threshold is $600 higher than where it was before. So if it started at 47,500, it would now be at 48,100. So hopefully that makes sense as well. That trailing threshold follows you. Why have you moved from penny stocks to futures? To be completely honest, I feel like the stocks just weren't really doing what I look for. So I was getting kind of bored. So I started kind of looking around and I just saw it was pretty popular. I even saw like a bunch of traders that I follow on Twitter that were trading the same types of stocks that I was. They went to futures and I was like, all right, well, I guess I'll look into it. And so I did. I just grabbed that first eval just to kind of mess around and it went pretty well. So I was like, let's give this a shot. And I'm to the point now where I feel more confident trading futures because every time I get into a trade, it's pretty much what I was looking for the stocks to do. But now I only have to look in one place. I don't need to be constantly scanning tickers. It just it's a lot easier in a lot of ways. And the fact that there's the prop accounts right now, it just makes it easy. All right, we're looking for this extension down through the low here. It's not the extension I was looking for. We're coming right to that green to red. Not quite, but we're getting close. I need to find a way to put that on there. Go, 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 go. It's not even enough of an extension to maybe mark it in. It's not what I'm looking for. Need that extra push. There we go. There we go. Go, 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 go. Oh. Might be a little too far away, actually. I think I lowered that just a little. I don't necessarily like how it's hanging. That means we're probably going to extend a little bit, which is okay. Might actually get it. There we go. If we can get the pop back up to the previous support area. Yeah, see how it's kind of hanging out here? It's not necessarily a good sign. Still hoping for a pop. Everyone wants to give it to us. Yeah, I'm not a fan of this. Yeah, feels like we're going to try to extend. We just went red on the day, so that's kind of what this is. Not good. Going to be a fight probably to get back green. Well, dang. This is quite the move. Just talking about how we weren't getting these types of moves. All right. Kind of a setback here so far. Not just gonna blindly add anymore here. We're gonna let it do its thing. Obviously was not expecting this type of move. Yeah, I'm pretty much trading them the same way. Basically, I'm going to see what it does here. I mean, I was expecting it to do this, so let's see what it does here. I might have to just cut this. Yeah, it's not good. Kind of needed that to maybe break. Try to get above this area here. Gonna give it one last shot here, and then gonna have to cut this. See what it does right here. That'll kind of suck. It'll be a decent little setback, but that's the best we can do without hurting ourselves too much here. Yeah, this is gonna suck. Every attempt to go higher there didn't get there. Feels like such an obvious liquidity grab situation too for all the people that got stuck trying to average down. Maybe we get lucky, but obviously not the trade I'm looking for. We can just get that spike up through this level. Might get lucky. The push. Needs to push. We can close above this previous candle. Might actually some hope, but getting sold into here. Of course, right as the candle was about to close, it got sold into. We can get 2 consecutive green candles here. Just can't push higher. It's trying, I mean. Just hoping at this point. Hope is not a good strategy. SPY's moving lower. It's not good. Looks like we got our obvious stop point. Was hoping it wasn't that far down, but rather be lucky than good any day. Give me some luck. Nice little reversal out of the market here would be nice. Obviously, we'd have to get back above that previous low. So tempted to get one more ad here. Such a bad trade. All right, that sucks. I'm gonna take a small walk real quick. What a joke, man. It's every time. Like, why couldn't it do that here instead of... Couldn't hang on. It's always that last push, man. It's always that last push. I literally was trying to wait for that last push. I even let it do the push, but then it just went lower that one last time. Ugh. I don't really see how I could have traded it any different, to be honest. I mean, it's just one where we got caught in the big move. Guess this was a big area from before. I had it marked off. I'll try to keep a level head here. See if we can't start working our way back. It's always those last couple trades, man. It's always the last couple trades. Try to sneak the last couple trades in to get to your quota on the day and just laughs at you. I don't remember where my average was. Go back and yeah. I would have had to add again. My average was still too high. It was around where this line is here. Alexa off. Is this some kind of a joke? One tick. Literally, one tick. One tick. I should have just dragged it down. I was going to. God damn it. One fucking tick. That entire move and one tick. One fucking tick. You... Thank you. One tick it was doing that with. So frustrated today, man. What's up, Connor? Yeah, this is Quant Tower. Realize that my camera risk probably in the way for you guys. No reason for me to be that big. It is out to get me today. These candles are starting to become a little too small anyway. Really what I'm looking for. Gonna try one last little attempt here going into lunchtime, seeing what it wanted to do here at the lows. I still can't believe earlier it literally came up to my take profit to the tick. Literally to the tick. Just gotta fight back now. Gotta remember, this is a marathon. It's not just about today. Today sucks, obviously, but I'm not gonna make my fortunes in one day. Sure can lose them. Actually came across an interesting question for myself. Guess I'll just find out tomorrow because there's no say. I was just curious, like, so I had decent sized red day so far today. I'm curious if the trailing $2,500 trailing drawdown would reset based off of my new balance, or is it going to go based off of where the high of my account was? Find out. One day, I guess. I don't know if they'll. But, I mean, they should. I don't know. Volume just feels so weak. Got caught in the two biggest moves of the day. Well, I guess this one and that one was about the same, but that was news. This one is so frustrating, man, because I only needed like 1 or 2 more trades and I was done. That account. I probably would have blew the eval though. Not gonna lie. Well, no, because I would have just traded it the same. Would have been a big hit, just like it was on this. I would have rather taken the hit on the eval, obviously. That's typically the normal scalp that I look for there, but I think I'm just gonna call it. Getting hungry, kind of antsy. Just regroup and see what happens with the trailing drawdown as well. I don't want to mess that up any more than I already have. If it doesn't reset, then it kind of sucks because it'll stay there. So we only have, instead of 2,500 at that point, it'll only be 1,100. It looks like. Pretty frustrating day, but it is what it is. Let's see what this does one last time. See if we actually get a decent drop. See, this isn't really the typical action I'm used to, man. Usually when we get these pops right back up, I mean, it's like fighting to even get off the lows. Must have double clicked there. I didn't mean to, but all right, I'm gonna end it there. Appreciate y'all being here. I'm gonna go get something to eat and all that good stuff. Looks like it ended up working out. I will see you guys on Monday. Have a good weekend. Until then, peace out.